The pick and rolls, he hasn't been able to really get around Capella. Something to watch here.
First 3 games, Minnesota had outshot and out-rebounded Houston. Game 4, the same. They outshot him in Game 4 a couple nights ago by 3%. Inside Towns with a spinner. And he gets his first 2 there. He is coming off a double-double from Game 4. Averaging over 20 points in this series. It's Tucker, and down low they look for Paul. Nice shot. Once again, Ariza beginning tonight the way he started Game 4.
Made his first three threes there in Game 4. We're going to take a look at this to see if Ariza got that shot off in time.
The foul has gone on Wiggins. They have just changed it. Here's Gibson inside, and his little jump shot is up and
a lot at that 4 position when they're downsizing.
Wolves had a lot of turnovers in Game 4. Once again, they go down low for Gibson, nice. Who puts it up. Teague just had 2 points in Game 4. Towns down the lane, rejected by Capella. 4 blocks a couple nights ago. Number 1 there, into Capella from Paul.
Well, that's a beautiful play at both ends by Capella. Why? Because he hasn't been on the floor. Again, we talked about Minnesota downsizing, going small.
So the Rockets were plus 24 from 3 in Game 4, which was huge. Their offense really began to emerge in that last game. Here comes Ariza down the lane with another 2, and Ariza comes up with the basket right ball. 15 in that third quarter, that 50-point third quarter. His floater inside won't go. So the shooting now of Houston with those inside shots. Another shot by Teague. That is good. That's another 3, and it's a Rocket timeout.
Where Jimmy Butler got hurt. This Minnesota team was a 3 seed. Tibbs went on to say that he's seen what Derek is capable of in this postseason, and we're the only ones that are surprised by his success, guys.
Kristen, thank you. Capella eating them alive inside.
Well, he is the perfect player center for this team. You don't have to call any plays for him, but he's the master at finding the open spot on the drive.
Gibson trying to fill a role of another big inside. That was one of the advantages the Timberwolves felt that they could get Monday. 22 in that third quarter. As we said, he had 5 threes for the game. The switch on defense. Here comes Gibson. He works on the defense, and Harden goes on and up and over to Capella.
What a start here offensively for Capella. When they get Houston putting 50 up on him, minus 30. Every other quarter, they've been right there.
Towns on top. Nene is in. Good cut by Butler, and a terrific pass by Karl Anthony Towns.
And a nice start to this first quarter as Towns knocks down his first 3 of the evening now. That's 5 for Towns and 6 boards.
2 threes for the Timberwolves, 2 threes for the Rockets so far. Both teams in the mid-40s in terms of shooting. Switch on defense again as Gibson comes out on Harden. Shot clock is down to 7. Anderson is in. He has been struggling. Of course, he just came off of missing a lot of games at the end of the year with a sprained ankle. 3, Ariza. Late close by Gibson, and 8 for Trevor Ariza. And 0 of 3 the other night when he came in for Houston. Jimmy Butler makes a move and takes it right to the rack with an explosive move.
James Harden was expecting help.
And trying to set a screen. There's a switch on defense. And they switch liberally here on top. Gibson with a crossover on Nene. Nice play with an offhand layup. 37-year-old Jamal Crawford lasering one to Wiggins, cutting off that baseline. Count it, and a foul. Pretty play by Wiggins. Give the foul to Wiggins. Rebound by Karl Anthony Towns. He collects another rebound right there. Give him 8 with Crawford the other way. Butler will drive down the lane, and penetrating is one of the great things he did in that win for Minnesota in Game 3. He's got an early 6.
And he slowed down on that drive to take Capella off balance.
Here's Capella, who will give you a move with every part of his body. He's got 10 early points for the Rockets.
Set up the penetration of Teague.
Gordon fighting on Rose, who has been terrific, and that's up and through. Eric Gordon, big-time play right there. He's got 7.
You see the joy on his face coming off the bench, knowing that he's going to get the minutes. For once this season, he's healthy, and that's what Coach Thibodeau said. He's been the one guy that I can rely on along with Jimmy Butler.
Capella, another rebound, outside it goes. P.J. Tucker
But see, that's found money right there.
For him, with Butler the other way. Butler's played every minute so far. Capella's on him. Inside it goes Towns. Handoff, and it's into Butler. Beautifully orchestrated play by Minnesota. Here comes Butler the other way, and Tucker is right there. Chris Paul 0-6. Beautiful shot outside at 3 will go down. Jamal Crawford. Harden is 1 of 5. Paul is 0-6. Another turnover. Here comes Crawford looking for help and into Harden. He takes it himself and sails in for the deuce. And the Timberwolves have a 10-point lead, their biggest tonight in an elimination game. Pretty impressive in a place where they've lost 11 consecutive games.
And the backcourt for Houston, 1 of 11 and only 3 points.
Nice ball rotation, didn't touch the floor. Tucker 3, his second. Crawford on the side, Ariza's got him. Pickpocketed, turned over. Harden the other way. Transition points now being sought by the Rockets. Paul and Harden in the backcourt, a combined 1 of 11. The dancing Harden, the driving Harden, the feeding Harden outside. Ariza for 3.
That's his parking lot. That is Trevor Ariza's spot.
Harden with the move and kicks it outside. On top to Paul. Now to Ariza. Here's Gordon. He'll watch a 3.
And just like that, the 3 is the great equalizer, especially on this Rockets ball.
It made a couple, and it's picked up inside by the Timberwolves with the driving Teague into Towns. Great position, and he got it to go, and that's what Tom Thibodeau's talking about. Run hard, get your position 2 inside. So their defensive screws have got to be tightened on the Rockets side. What about the Timberwolves, who shot 67% in that first half?
They've got to be aggressive offensively, especially on these switches down low on Karl Anthony Towns.
And a nice spinner right there with an offhand, and Towns will put it up and in. Triple. That could have been a pretty highlight. Here comes Chris Paul. Harden 3, book it. Wow.
Just like that third quarter. Chris Paul, Harden.
They've missed 6 of them within a couple feet, Reg, of the rim the Timberwolves have tonight.
That double team late, trying to make someone else beat them, but now you got the mismatch you want. Here's the double team by Teague.
It's a 3 by Tucker. Oh, he's knocked down 3 triples. And as you said in the first half, found money. The Rockets last led mid-stages second quarter. They've just climbed on top of the Wolves here in this elimination game.
Heller closing in on a double-double.
Rockets playing in their 6th consecutive playoff, all coinciding with Harden's arrival. A second consecutive jump shot made by Paul. And he is fired up. And that can spell trouble.
A little bit on his release and rotation.
Another 3-point miss by Harden, trying to sneak one into Gibson. Has the mismatch on Tucker, and he exploits it inside for Minnesota.
That's how Gibson started this ball game. Now in double figures with 10 points. Regained the lead here for Minnesota.
Paul, Harden, step back triple, Capella the screen.
Too easy. And for a guy that's struggling, that's all it takes to kind of get him going offensively.
In other words, there's a lot up in the air. We don't know where it's going to air. We don't know what the games are going to be. Gibson is on Harden. Right around him, and he hammers it home. No one to back up Gibson, and Harden lays the wood. Right now, Wiggins a 3.
He's struggled tonight. 1 of 6 for Wiggins.
Capella's got like telescopic arms as he reels that in. Harden a 3. Oh, he's got 2 in a row.
And 3 for the quarter from distance for the bearded one. James Harden now starting to heat up, very much like game 4.
Butler's on Harden. Capella will lay the screen. Weaving Harden, finding Capella. Capella with a nice play.
What a pass, though, by James Harden.
Butler will drive with a bump into Capella. Another short shot will not drop, and they've missed just under 10 of those tonight, within about 3-4 feet. Sliding is Harden. Ends up Ariza. Moves, drives, scoop, rebound, Capella. Got it, lost it, rolls back out, Tucker. Capella is down, corner three. Good! Even when the play's busted, they take advantage. Wiggins tries to aggressively go in. Ripped away by Gordon. Look at the defense for the Rockets. They've hung their head on that all season long, intensifying it second half of the year. The driving Harden. Count it. Foul. Send him to the stripe.
It's been James Harden's quarter. Once again, we saw this in the third quarter of Game 4.
Yes. He has been at his best. Houston,
Real good.
outscoring the Timberwolves in this third quarter, 26-11.
He has his hands full trying to guard that man.
He does. He's going to run all over the joint. Three, Tucker. He's hit another one. Tucker cannot miss. Tyus Jones, high school basketball in the Twin Cities area. Minneapolis high school player, Apple Valley. Wiggins. Shot clock is at 3. The drive into Tucker. And knifing his way through for 2 is Andrew Wiggins.
Beautiful move there by Wiggins.
Porter, here comes Rose with the drive, and he can't get it to drop. Another miss in time. Gordon. And he gets it at the other end, the transition. Ultimately, Reggie, those missed baskets, like 20 points.
It's not like they haven't had opportunities.
They've had a ton, at least 11 or 12, most in time. Shot clock at 5, Anderson. Back to Paul. The screen, the double. Anderson with a 3. Finally, it drops for the high-priced Ryan Anderson.
Houston now at that magic number. They've made 15 threes here in Game 5. Shooting close to 40%.
Paul up close. Timeout, Minnesota. Rebound by Paul. Minnesota has missed their last 3-point shots.
12 now for Wiggins.
It's Paul.
How good has he been?
That will drop.
How good has he been in this second half along with James Harden? It was Capella.
Yep, right. Inside Capella. Airburn off that baseline. What a feed by James Harden, who finished 3rd in assists this season for the Rockets in the NBA. Minnesota lost game 1 here by 3. They led in the first game of the series here by a couple points with 6 minutes to play. So they were very close. Harden baiting, driving, slicing, scoring. Teague working his way through traffic, and Tucker specifically. Picked up by Capella.
Find him in transition now.
Into Capella. Count it, and a foul.
What a beautiful rim run for Clint Capella. I mean, he has done everything tonight.
Against them, only 11 teams have come back from a 3-1 deficit to win a series. And it doesn't look like Minnesota's going to be the 12th, although Towns continues to attack, and Tucker left helpless as Towns racking up the points with 23 and 13 rebounds.
There's double digits now.
Crawford with 11 points. 3, Gordon. Good! Oh, the range of these sharpshooters for the Rockets.
And that's the funny thing about Houston. They've got about 6 or 7 guys that can shoot from 25-plus feet.
Crawford with a 3. He answers at the other end.
Tony, he just thought it was only a moment of time.
Ariza will drive, and the block right there by Karl Anthony Towns. Teague in stride. Rose kicks it out. Open 3, Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins knocks in a triple. Wow. 5. Not had a close game at all.
Well, talk about not throwing in the towel. If you're the Thunder.
Tucker 3. Another one.
His 5th on the evening.
Did a good game. Capella!
Wow. He has just dominated this whole series. Later has kept his team in rhythm. They found their rhythm offensively. But now with that series going at least 6 games, Jazz Thunder, they're going to have some time before they start that second round. And again, the alley-oop from Harden to Capella. Capella now putting on his
Harden, 3.
Numbers.
As Jones on the flank, and that's where it's caught and finished by Crawford.
But internally, these young players have to grow up. Andrew Wiggins has to be the guy to grow up. You had 2 All-Stars and Butler and Karl Anthony.
Rockets only 5 turnovers, ties a postseason record. Game and series to the top-seeded Houston Rockets. Harden tonight with 24 and 12, 5 rebounds. Chris Paul, 12 points, 9 assists. Capella, 26 points, 15 rebounds. Every starter for the Rockets in double figures. 23 and 14 from Towns. Butler only had 8. Only played 30 minutes. Didn't play in the fourth quarter. And the Rockets will advance.